Hmm. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Listen, as you guys know, Sabrina and I went out yesterday for lunch. And she told me some things that I had never, ever could imagine happen to her, with her, and for her. So, I told her, I said, let's go on live a podcast or something and talk about that, because I'm pretty sure there are people out here that do not know what Sabrina has endured. So I'm going to try to pull her in. Let me see how you do this. Let me see. Sabrina. Okay. That's how you do it. Add. Oh, we
Hey,
haven't.
baby.
You there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you. Okay. So we can't see you, though.
Hold on. Why not? Wait.
I don't
Wait.
see you, Bucket. Then I
Um,
was thinking, I said,
you should be able to. I don't
we
know
could
what's
have
going
we
on.
could have went on
I see you.
no, but I don't see you. I was thinking we could have did it on Instagram
Mm-hmm.
too, Instagram live. Why I can't see you, Sabrina?
I don't know. Move your
It
screen
say
or something. What it
it
say?
say remove. Maybe leave out and
Oh,
come back.
yeah.
Let me see.
All right, try it again.
I'm gonna try it again. Okay. Let's do it again. Do it, do it, do it again. Okay. Let's try it again. Amen. We might have to do it on IG. Brina. Hey, she came in. Okay. Hopefully it worked this time. It say adding. I still can't see you,
I don't know.
Pumpkin.
Ask somebody if they can see. Maybe you just can't. Maybe they can, because I can see you fine.
But yeah, you should be underneath me.
Yeah, I see myself underneath you.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder why. I can't see.
I don't know.
What am I gonna
Ask somebody
do?
that's watching if they can see me, because I can see
Can
you.
y'all see Sabrina? Can y'all see Sabrina? Somebody say yes or no if y'all can see her. Cause I can't see her.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little, it just say remove. Ain't nobody saying nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try IG and then come back to this if it works. See if it's, let's try
Okay.
IG first.
Okay.
All right, we gonna go to you my friend on Instagram, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What's your handle on there?
Uh.
Oh,
mm,
Antonio said he can see both of y'all, both of us.
Oh, yeah. So I don't know what's going on, why you can't. But yeah, I see you.
That's crazy. Damn. So what you want to do? So okay, so yesterday, okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do it anyway, and prayerfully, when it replay, we'll be able to see you. We don't focus on good morning, Brandon.
Good morning.
We don't focus on who's watching because people look at the numbers. Oh, it's only two people watching, whatever. You don't know who's watching because the people that's not on your friends list, they don't count on here. So you wouldn't see. It could be 30 people watching and you would not see the numbers. There
Oh.
were mine sometimes they don't show the comments until after I end the video. So people
Mm-hmm.
be talking to me, but I can't see it until after, right?
Mm-hmm.
So anywho, we're just gonna go on with it, and then we're gonna go on Instagram and do it too. Okay.
Okay.
So, and of course, it's gonna be different because it's live. It's not scripted. We didn't say what we was gonna say. None of that. It's just that yesterday while we were at lunch, Sabrina explained some things to me. Now, Sabrina is a entrepreneur like myself. She does travel.
That's why we
She
still in the
does
bed.
insurance.
That's
Huh?
why that's why we still in the bed.
Exactly. Thank you. So, we do a lot of things, on our own. So, when we were talking, expressed to me that she used to weigh 200 and how many pounds, Sabrina?
I think it was like 45, 245.
245. And looking at you now, and then we done hung out a couple times and we done been here and there and all that. And I'm like, I
That's a
don't see that nowhere.
that's an old picture. Oh, you can't see it, but they probably could see it. That picture in the black dress I showed you yesterday,
Hmm.
when I was with the girl at her baby shower or
Okay.
whatever. And you probably be like, well, which one pregnant? Well, I
Right.
wasn't pregnant.
Right.
But yeah, it was thick. Shoot, I think Antonio, shoot, if he's still on here, he knew me back then. Antonio Hose knew me back then when I was thick,
Wow.
thick, thick.
So,
Yep.
so first of all, what made you want to lose the weight? First of all.
So what made me want to lose the weight initially? So this is the thing. I've had two places in my life, two journeys in my life where I had desires to lose weight. I've been small all my entire life. Growing up, I was small. I always had a big butt. And I was thinking when I was sleeping last night, I was just replaying like my childhood, my youth, and all that. And I remember when the boys would chase me home from school to hit me on my butt because for a smaller girl, in middle school or elementary school, I had a big butt. It
Mm.
would always be wanting to chase me and hit my butt or whatever. So I'd be booking home, running home, running home, running home. But I was always smaller framed when I was coming up, college, everything. Once I had kids, then of course that probably after my second child, that's pretty much um you said you don't recognize
He didn't recognize
off
all
jump.
that.
Oh yeah. Thanks.
Oh, this is not to interrupt you, but the thing might be
Mm-hmm.
is your page private or public?
Mm-hmm. I think it's public.
Okay.
I think
We'll,
it's
we'll see
public.
what the
I'll
case.
fix it
Okay.
later. But
Okay,
I had
cool.
always been small. So I think after my second child is when I started to put on the weight. When I started to snack and things like that. Because I thought it was sweet after child number one, child number two. I didn't gain any weight. And I just ate whatever I wanted, thinking, oh, this ain't no thing. Having kids, people talk about gaining weight after having kids, ain't no thing. Then the weight started piling up. Then I get married and then starts to come on a lot more. Um, and I think people say usually when you're happier, you're content and things like that,
Hmm. You're happy
then
with it. Yep. Yep.
those type of things happen, right? So
Hmm.
initially when I decided to lose weight, time number one, it was because of a business venture. It was okay, I'm using some products. I want to try these products. I want to lose weight, but I got to be the poster child, right? For what I'm using. So I got to see that it works. So I know that I can feel confident selling these things to other people. So that's what
And
I
what
did.
were
I
those
went on a
products?
journey. So I did TLC and Avocare. Like those are
Okay.
two business ventures that I had in the past, right? But with that, I understood that when you take the products, you have to also do some type of exercise, some type of fitness, so that you can ignite those things to start being able to work in your body properly, right?
Right.
not just taking them and thinking that you're going to sit and these things are just going to magically start happening. So I joined these fitness classes. I had friends that were working out, all these things. I honestly went to the gym 4 times a day, twice a day
Ooh.
during the time that I was using those products. So I lost like 80 pounds in 10
Mm,
months.
really? Okay.
hmm when I did that. But that was, again, it goes back to consistency, changing my eating, and then utilizing the products that were specific to my body needs that I needed. Like I didn't use just all the products. I just took whatever my goal was and fit the product to my goal and then use the workouts that way. Um and then at some point I got tired of doing that. I started doing the life insurance, so I didn't have the time in my life to dedicate to go to the gym that
Mm-hmm.
much time because I was doing other stuff. At that
Right.
time I had other kids and things like that. So my life was just too full to work out like that. Plus I just got tired of it. I just was like that 10 months going into the gym at 4 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock at night, all that. It just was too much. So I was just like, it
Mm-hmm.
don't take all this. So when I stopped it, then of course I started gaining the weight back because I'm not a sweets person, but I like chips, those kind of snacks. Like I'm a
Snacker.
salty. Yeah, I'm just a snacker. So it just don't
Mm-hmm.
matter. Middle of the night, whatever. I could do whatever. Ice cream was a big thing for me. So I wasn't into like pies, cookies, cakes. I ain't never liked that stuff. I'm not into candy and all that. But yeah. So I mean, but the thing was, and I had got divorced, all these other things started happening. But people used to always say, "Oh, you cute though. Oh, you cute though." I'd be like, "Dang, I
Right.
feel a
Cute to
little
be
thick.
fat.
I feel a little thick. Oh, you cute though. Or you wear your clothes well. Or you this, you that." Not realizing
Mm,
I was as big as I was because
right.
we on the inside of these bodies, right? So I don't really see, especially once I put my clothes on and stuff like that. I don't really see what people see. I'm like, "Oh, you got big butt. You got hips. You got whatever." It was always, "Oh, you got big butt. Oh, Shawty got big butt. Oh, you got." No, nigga, I'm fat. Like, it ain't, I just got a big butt, nigga, I'm fat. Like, so, um, but again, I really, really didn't see it. I didn't really see it until after I lost the weight the second time. I
Mm-hmm.
honestly didn't see it until after I lost the weight the second time. So, take it back. I went to the doctor. The doctor was like, I always had high blood pressure issues. That's hereditary. But they were like, oh, well, we can't regulate it. We need to put you on a second or third medication or something like that. I said, once they said they trying to put me on a third medication, I know that is not an option for me because I know what that can do to you long term. So I was like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. We got to figure out another way. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then I went to the doctor and I was like, so what are my options? I lost weight before by myself. I don't have that kind of time to do it. So what are we doing? So then they said, well, let's see if you're a candidate for weight loss surgery. So people's like, oh, you're not big enough. You're not this, you're not that. So I went to the doctor, and because I had the issue with the high blood pressure and my BMI was where it was, that made me a candidate. So
Okay.
the weight necessarily didn't make me a candidate, but the BMI and the health issue combined made me a candidate for
Mm-hmm.
um for the surgery. And I had a friend who had the surgery who was able to recommend a doctor to me that I was able to research and stuff like that before I actually made the final decision.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so but you want to ask me another question before I go into those
Well, no,
details?
no, because basically you're. I only have to ask you a question because you're doing it right in sync.
Yes.
Like
Oh,
my next question, you already was on it.
oh, okay. So then,
Yeah.
in preparation for the surgery, because people always ask, and I have a couple other friends who I know that had the surgery because they saw kind of what I did, what I went through, and was able to ask me questions and stuff like that about it. But I don't recommend it for everybody. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Do what's
Right.
best for
Right.
you. Do what's best for your body. Do what's best for your routine, your lifestyle, or whatever. Like just like people getting breasts and butt and stuff like that done, like it ain't for everybody. Everybody. I mean, I told my ex husband if he passed away, I'm using the insurance money to get me some titties or whatever. But you know,
Yeah, she wants some titties.
I do. I always wanted breasts. I don't know. I don't know if I want to go up under the knife again or whatever, but I always want bigger breasts. That's not.
Right.
That's not. But I definitely told him. I said our son will have money for college and do what he need to do, but I'm taking a little bit off the top so I can get me some work done. So just know that. So you better stay alive, or I'm getting my body
Exactly.
done. So
So what were there complications with it? You know, how did they go after
hmm
you? I mean, like, what was the whole process like? The time
so
frame?
so yeah, I did have complications. So when I initially went in for my consultation and all that kind of stuff, a lot of times I've heard people say they had to lose a certain amount of weight or whatever before they had the surgery. I think I
Mm-hmm.
only had to lose like 5 pounds because remember, I wasn't weight qualified for the surgery, but all I had to lose was like 5 pounds before they did the surgery. But
Mm-hmm.
what I didn't research is people that have stomach issues or acid reflux. So I never knew I had acid reflux because my stomach was so big. So I never
Mm-hmm.
noticed that I had issues with that because I never had, like, I would never burp, whatever comes with that. I never had it until I had the surgery. So
Mm-hmm.
I actually had the sleeve, and the sleeve, they just cut probably more than half of your stomach, right?
Mm-hmm.
They cut more than half of your stomach, throw it away, and that's pretty much the gist of the surgery. But when they did that, my stomach was smaller. So now the acid reflux is more active. The other medical issue that I had was in your esophagus, there's like this pinch. There's a pinch mechanism to keep your food, like when your food goes down, it pinches so your food stays down, right? And goes into your
Right.
stomach. Well, I didn't
Mm-hmm.
have that pinch mechanism. So when I would eat, when I was gradually introducing foods back into my diet after the surgery, the food wouldn't stay down. The acid reflux would flush it around and push it back up. So I would
Mm-hmm.
always vomit after I
Wow.
ate, right?
Wow.
So then it just happened. It happened. I went to the doctor. I said, "What's going on? I can't keep food down. I can't keep drink down. I'm following the meal plan because when you have the surgery, they give you a very strict meal regimen.
Mm-hmm.
First is like straight liquids for probably a couple months or whatever. Then you graduate to mashed potatoes and eggs and yogurt and stuff like that. So I followed it to the T, but I couldn't keep
Mm-hmm.
none of it down because the acid reflux was so active because my stomach was so much smaller. So it ain't
Mm-hmm.
have no choice but to start pushing everything back up. Then my esophagus started to bleed. Well, I didn't know it was bleeding. It just looked like when I threw up, it looked like coffee grinds. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, what's going on? This is brown stuff, da da da. But it was actually blood from the esophagus because me vomiting would shave the esophagus down. It would make it raw or whatever
Mm-hmm.
because every time I ate, I would vomit, I would vomit, I would vomit, I would vomit. Couldn't stop
Wow.
it, couldn't stop it, couldn't stop it. So I think it was, so I had my surgery in around Thanksgiving, November of like 2019.
Okay.
And I was having the issues, couldn't keep the food down, kept going back and forth to the doctor, ended up in the emergency room multiple times and things like that because it was just unbearable. Um, I actually had got into a car accident. I got into a car accident. I think I was in the emergency room or something like that the night of Super Bowl. I went to a Super Bowl party at somebody's house. I was coming home from Baltimore, had my grandson in the car. I was like 5 minutes from home. I was on Brinkley Road, almost
And
home.
that was in 2019?
That was 2020 because
Oh,
now we're in
2020. Okay.
January, right?
Okay.
2020.
Mm.
I was on my way home from a Super Bowl party or whatever in Baltimore, had my grandson in the back, but I was just in the emergency room that morning before. So I really
Mm.
hadn't had rest. But I had all this medication they was giving me to try to help with the nausea and all that other kind of stuff. But because I was so tired from the morning before being in the emergency room, I fell asleep behind the wheel,
Oh, wow.
like 5 minutes from my house.
Mm. Mm, mm,
So
mm.
I ran into the back of I hit the back of a parked car and then hit a mailbox or whatever, stuff like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yep, totaled my car, everything. My grandson was in the back sleep. He had like a black eye and all that. It was like so traumatic. It was so
Oh,
traumatic.
wow. Mm,
And
mm,
then when the paramedics and everybody came, there was a like a container in my car. They were like, have you been drinking? Da 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 da, whatever. And I'm like, no, but there was, a container, but it was like water, juice, or whatever it was. But they thought I like fell asleep drunk driving or whatever. I'm like, no, these are, and I had medication from the hospital sitting in the car. So they thought, dang, were you high? You on drugs? I'm like, no, I'm just exhausted. Like that's all it was.
Right.
So,
Right.
but
That's
thankfully, so at
crazy.
the time I had an Acura. What I would tell you about Acuras that saved my life was that the Acura, I think I had a Q50, Q60 something. I don't remember what it was. But the engine, and when you have impact in the Acura, when you have impact, the engine drops so that it doesn't crush your legs.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
My
Because
legs would have
that's
been,
why I was asking about 2019. Because that's when I was in my car accident in 2019 and broke my femur. That's what happened. Crushed my daggone leg. That's crazy.
yeah,
Mm,
my legs would
mm,
have been
mm.
gone. I would have been like I would have had no legs because of the way the impact was. If that engine
Wow.
hadn't have dropped the way that it did, so I tell people I know I'm covered. I just be knowing I'm covered by the blood because ain't no way. And
Yes.
all my grandson had was like this black eye, and like his eye had a little bit of blood in it or whatever, but
Right.
recovered like quickly. I had like a bruise from the seatbelt and all that other kind of stuff. But that being said, I went back to the doctor. I'm like, this can't be. Like, this can't be. So they took me to another specialist. They got another specialist involved and realized that it. So I went to a gastric specialist who put me in a machine, turned me upside down, put this stuff in to see that it was the acid reflux and the esophagus that were causing the issue. So told you I had to sleeve, so they had to put me back in to have the gastric bypass
Mm.
because the sleeve wasn't going to do it. They had to reroute my intestines in order for the esophagus and the acid reflux to not be an issue.
And so
So,
after that, how did that go?
so I did that in February.
Mm.
And because I was so depleted of nutrients, I almost died after that surgery. So they were about to release me to go home. And I just felt like something went right. I felt like my body was just weakening, depleting. It was like, oh, you about to be ready to go home. I was like, something don't feel right. Like I just feel extra weak. I feel like it's like I if nobody can imagine, but like the blood is just running out of your body. Like
Mm.
everything that you have that is inside is just running out, right?
Mm.
That's what it felt like when I was in the hospital. I was like, something's not right. Can you get a nurse to come in? Something's not right. It don't feel right. Don't feel right. So they came, they put the stuff back on me. They put the monitors and everything back on me. They was like, oh, we need to rush her to surgery. They did blood work and all that. I had no potassium. I had no magnesium in my system. Everything was just depleted. So I had to
Wow.
go to surgery so that they could put these things back in my system. So I used everything they had in that hospital. They had to go to another hospital and get more because
Mm.
it was just, yeah, it was just crazy. So, but after that, everything was good. Like after they did what they did, but I was like, dang, we had to get here. Mind you, I had the surgery in November. We get to second surgery in February before we realize what's really going on. So, but after that, it was like I'm done. I can now heal properly. It's kind of like a C-section. So it probably took me maybe 6 months or something like that to heal.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Once I went through that process or whatever. But I tell people all day, every day. I think it was regardless of what happened, I have no regrets in life ever. It was the best decision that I ever made because now I'm comfortable. And people that go through the surgery, like I started eating things that I ate before. They always, I think, tell people you can't have soda. You're not going to be able to eat the same. You're not going to be able to do this. You're not going to be able to do that. And I think that all that just depends on a person. You can do what your body is trained to do. If you train your body to eat certain things again, your body will accept certain things again.
Yeah, definitely.
Unless you
I can do that.
allergic,
Yeah.
like I
Mm-hmm.
pay attention to all that. Like I have to have a soda every now and then. So I drink sodas still. I had sodas afterwards or whatever. People's like, oh, your stomach is gonna da 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 da. I just be like, Judge your mama. Worry about yourself. Like, I eat what I want to eat when I want to eat it. The only thing I know I can't do now is ice cream anymore. Like, I'm definitely lactose intolerant. And then after I had the surgery and I was going back to work, I had to train my bowels because like it's like starting to eat like a new baby again. Like I didn't know that my bowels were going to be out of control like that. So I was so used to eating breakfast before I went to work. Well, hell, ain't nobody tell me I was going to shit myself on the way to the office because everything that I was eating would come out in like 15 or 20 minutes.
Yeah, because it was bypassing the normal procedure when the food normally breaks down slowly and all
Slowly.
of that. It was just going straight out.
Man, I know that lady in that building hated me for like 2 weeks until I realized I couldn't have breakfast before that because I would tear that bathroom up. I would like go to Target and get drawers. Like it was just I couldn't control it. I couldn't control it.
So
So every time I
before your bowels got loose like that, before you start going to the bathroom all the time, did you lose the weight before that, or did it? You feel like it happened after you started going to the
it was
bathroom?
gradually happening during that time. During that time after the surgery, introducing the foods in. Like I definitely before because I wasn't eating at first, so it was just straight liquids. So I was still losing weight while I
Mm-hmm.
was on the liquid portion of the diet. And while I was introducing new foods in, I was still losing the weight. But then that's when I was testing my bowels
Mm-hmm.
to see, all
Because you
right, what?
weren't really doing solids at first.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
So what I gathered from that whole conversation yesterday, because I started back selling my TLC products.
Mm-hmm.
So what I gathered from that, like when I after my accident, before I could leave the hospital, they said you gotta make a bowel movement. So they would give me all these laxatives and stuff like that. So I went to the bathroom like that morning before I was, to be released from the hospital. They was like, okay, you gotta go to the bathroom. You gotta go to the bathroom before you leave. And I'm like, okay. I go in there. When I said you, it was so much poop came out of there. It was piled up out the toilet water. That's how
Oh my
much came
God.
out of me. So
Yeah.
that's why I immediately called the girl Khalid and was like, Khalid, girl, I need to be hooked up with this TLC because I already used it before and I know what it does to your body. It's a soluble fiber. So it's going to make you go to the bathroom. So I
Mm-hmm.
tell people all the time, we are literally full of shit, literally full of shit.
That's how
So,
mine was when it came out. It was like all in the like when I started introducing solids back in, they would come out and it would be like that in the toilet.
yeah. And that's the whole thing. We're not going to the bathroom regularly after every meal like we're supposed to. Have you ever had a colonics done before?
Mm-mm.
So the colonics is when they shoot the water, the hot water up your butt, basically, and then
Mm.
suck it back out. And they
Mm.
shoot it up there and they suck it back out. And what it does is it breaks all of that waste that's around your walls when your poop supposed to come out. It
Mm-hmm.
breaks that up and it starts to come out. So now when you eat, it can actually flow through and come out.
Oh, you know what? I
Whereas,
think they do that. I think I did have that before my surgery. I
okay,
think they
okay,
do that. They clear you out because everything is fresh. Like once
okay.
you had that surgery, like everything is fresh. Your stomach is fresh. Your intestines and all that fresh. Like all of that
Clean
bowel
up,
stuff is
clean
all
all out.
cleared out and cleaned out. So I think
Yeah,
they did do that. I probably was asleep or something like that when they did it because I would have
yeah.
remembered water going up my daggone ass crack. Goodness
I went to this
gracious.
holistic clinic. It's a holistic clinic. The lady was doing it, and she charged like $100, and you come like once a month or once every 2 weeks, however often you want to go,
Mm-hmm.
and it basically cleans you out. So when you were talking about that yesterday, I was like, and that's what actually does it. No matter what you do, as long as you get that poop flowing and get it out of there, that's the
Mm-hmm.
only way that you're going to lose weight. If you got that constant build up in there, it's not going to happen. Because
Yeah.
the food, it takes literally 17 hours for your food to digest in your body and come out as poop. 17
Okay.
hours. So we're not eating once every 17 hours. That's why a lot of people doing the fasting. Fasting is working for people because you allow that whole process before you put something else in there. It's
Mm-hmm.
like you constantly filling up your toilet and you ain't flushing it. You
Mm.
just filling it up, filling it up, filling it up. Eventually, you're gonna have a backup. And so
Mm-hmm.
once you have that backup, then now nothing can get out because it's clogged up.
Right.
So everything that's not coming out of you is being stored as fat. Your body is
Mm-hmm.
holding on to it because it can't get rid of it. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? So even us knowing these things, it's like I was supposed to get the gastric bypass myself, but then I backed out at the last minute. I did everything. I went to the gastroenterologist, the nutritionist, the psychologist, the cardiologist. I
Oh
went to
yeah, and I
everybody.
didn't speak to that. Definitely, you go to that psychologist and you go through that, like the reasons why. Do you have issues with food? Do you have? So they break all those things down. So if you have experienced trauma in any form, fashion, like a lot of times us as African Americans don't want to go to therapists. We don't think we need help and things like that. That kind of open up the gate for some people to realize that they have unresolved issues, whether it was molestation, whether it was people keeping food away from you, whether it was your parents telling you you're fat and you're ugly, whatever it was, all those things come out before you decide that you're going to have this surgery because they want to see where the root was. Because if you don't deal with the root, then the surgery and all that is not going to do nothing for you
Right.
because you still going to go back to the same habits.
Yeah. Because I had a girlfriend to do that one time. She had the gastric bypass and she lost all this weight and she gained it all back. But then she got it again and now she's maintaining that. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Definitely
seen
got another
people go
reason
through that.
why. And I think with me, the only thing with me is when I was growing up, my father used to make us eat all our food. He used to
Mm.
make us like to this day when I get food, like yesterday I was full before I ate them crab legs.
Mm-hmm.
I was full. I was completely full. But I still ate them crab legs because I didn't
That's
want to
what you've
leave
been
them on the
taught.
plate. I was taught to not leave food on the plate. So
Mm-hmm.
when I ended up when I had my kids, and my son told me one time I was trying to make him finish his food. He's like, "Mommy, you don't know what it feels like to be full." And I'm like, "I do, I do, but I
Right.
just keep eating."
I did not put my food in the trash. I give it to the dog. I would
I
like put it
just
under the
started doing
table.
that.
I
I
would.
just literally at the age of 54, I just got to a place where I throw food away.
Mm-hmm.
I just got there. And so and I was so proud of myself when I did it. It was like, "Oh, you really throwing some food away?"
Mm-hmm.
Girl, yeah. Throw it away. If you don't have no more, and then I think about like, say for instance, we go out for dinner, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so yesterday we spent $100, right?
Mm-hmm.
So say I go to the grocery store and I buy $100 worth of groceries. I done already got my money's worth out of one breakfast or one lunch or one dinner basically, because every time I go out, I spend at least $100 on one meal.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I go out.
Yeah.
It's never a time. Even if we go to IHOP, it's gonna be close to it. It's gonna be like at
Mm-hmm.
least $50.
Right. Right.
So looking at the cost of food, and saying to yourself, okay, this is not. I already done got my money's worth already. If I got one
Mm-hmm.
meal out of it, that's the mental thing that I go through with food.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Always.
wasting money, not throwing it away.
Right. Right. Right.
Exactly, and that's exactly what we were told. Starving kids in
Yes.
Africa. But them
Exactly.
kids is not starving no more. They getting that rice and they
I
eat
tell my
stuff
mother,
that
I
we
don't
can't
think they
eat.
making kids eat pig feet in Africa, so I'm not eating that mess. So you can hang that up.
They in Africa eating good, eating veggies, eating fruit off the tree.
Right.
They eating good
I
out
said
there. They
they
eating the
skinny
right
in
way.
Africa. I said they
Then they
skinny.
come over here and get fat. Now when they come over
Hmm.
here, that's when they get fat.
But my vices had always been rice. So the white things they tell you to stay away from. My white things have always been potatoes and rice are my favorites. Like I can't stay away. Even now, like I go to Chipotle and be like, "Can you put double rice in there or whatever?" Because it's a mental and emotional thing for me. Like rice for me is just like pleasure. Mashed
Mm.
potatoes for me is pleasure. That starch, potato chips for me, mentally, emotionally, is like pleasure.
Mm.
And I don't know what to do about it. But luckily, like I've maintained, so I was 244 or 246 or whatever when I had the surgery. I've maintained 150 to 160 since the surgery. Like these
My girl
last few
lost a
months,
hundred pounds. Oh, I need a
girl.
little tapping sound. Woo, girl. Man, and when she
Oh.
told me that, when you told me that yesterday, you could have bought me for a nickel. You hear me? I'm like, what?
Mhm.
You lost 100 pounds? And I
Mhm.
keep saying I need to lose 100 pounds because I weigh 280 pounds, and I've been standing at 280 pounds strong for the last year.
Mhm.
It won't move. It don't go up. It don't go down. It stay at
Mhm.
280. So, yesterday, Monday, December 1st, was the first day that I said I'm getting back to drinking my tea and drinking my
Mhm.
NutriBurst. I drank my NutriBurst this morning, and then I'm about to drink my tea because I was drinking this other tea because this cough I got.
Mhm.
But even still, the main thing is the takeaway from it all. With the conversation with you yesterday was pooping. You on the right track. If you trying to get rid of waste in your body, you on the right track. You're on the
Mhm.
right track. No matter how you get it done, you get it done.
Right.
No matter how you do it, it's no one way to skin a cat. And I'm so proud that you went, you was able to go through all of that, and you still strong. You ain't eat all that food yesterday. she,
Oh, I
she
bet you I
ate
ate it
two,
last night.
she
Girl,
ate
you
two
know, when I
little
eat,
spoonfuls.
my friends always say I'm the like, so of course, again, it goes back to my mental, my eyes. I can look at stuff on the menu, be like, I want this, I want that. And I might buy $80 or $100 worth of stuff on the menu, but I'll take it home and I'll, in the middle of the night, late at night, or the next day, I'll eat it. I might only
Yeah,
eat a small portion because that's really
yeah,
all I feel like eating
at
at
that
the
moment.
setting, but I take the rest home and I'm gonna eat it like later.
Yeah.
I just don't eat it then, or I usually get appetizers and stuff like that if I'm really not, because and I was never a heavy eater. So don't get me wrong, I've never been a heavy eater. That's
Mm-hmm.
never been me. It's just the type of snacks and stuff I used to eat, and just like you say, the buildup of the waste, not clearing out our colon, all these things just kept the fat from building up, and I wasn't doing anything with it. So it was
Mm-hmm.
just like, just piling it on. But I never was a heavy eater. So
Yeah.
that just was never me. But I'll get a cool appetizer and be cool, and everybody had their meal or whatever. And then like water. I don't drink like Kool-Aid type stuff. Like I'll
Mm-hmm.
drink a soda. Like sodas are my vice, but I won't drink Kool-Aid, apple juice. I'll do a little bit of that, but I don't drink Kool-Aid type or sugary, a lot of sugary type things, because now I can't. Because
Right.
you notice how I had the Shirley Temple. I was like, she was like, you want another one? I was like, mm-mm. Because now my stomach hurt. Because the
Mm-hmm.
grenadine and the Shirley Temple was too much. But I like a
Right.
Shirley Temple
Right.
because
Because you used
I
to
always
it. You
had
like, I always get that. This is what I
always,
always
even
get.
back when they had what's that Chesapeake Seafood House. We used to go there on Fridays. My mother used to take us to Chesapeake Seafood House every Friday. That was
Oh,
our,
you
our
can eat.
dinner. All you can eat, whatever. Back in New Carrollton,
Mm-hmm.
that Joe, we would tear that place up. But that's when I was little. But Shirley Temples, I would always get it. But now,
So the food last night, you didn't finish the whole thing last night. You just ate some of it.
no, I did. I finished it because I was probably eating, talking, working, or whatever, but I would do it in sections. So I didn't eat it
Mm-hmm.
all at one time. Probably an
Right.
hour here, then another 30 minutes or hour went by, and I would
Mm-hmm.
finish the rest of it.
Yeah, you allowed it to process.
Mm-hmm.
So, cause I was thinking about too the sleeve thing too, when they say they cut your stomach in half. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like now you're not able
It's
to
more than half.
hold as much.
Yeah, they cut it more than half. You're not left with a
Oh, they
half
do.
stomach. It's more than half that they take.
Wow.
That's why it's a sleeve. It's like a sliver. You left a sliver of stomach. My stomach was, I think, this big. It
Mm-hmm.
left me with this, like it was a sliver.
Mm-hmm.
It showed it, like the stomach was huge.
Well, so your journey is basically over because you've lost the weight. You're
Mm-hmm.
maintaining it. You have a better relationship with food, and you're able to push back when when you've had enough. You are in control of how much you eat when you eat,
Yeah.
which is I feel like is the biggest problem for a lot of people is that we don't know when to eat. I mean, how much to eat when we eat. A lot of times we eat too much. They said something about a signal your brain get. It comes to your brain and tell you that you're full. Once that signal comes, you're supposed to stop. Okay, I'm
Mm-hmm.
full, but you keep going because you still got food in front of you. Another thing my niece taught me, because I thought about that, I did that a couple times. Like a lot of times I've done that. Put half of, if you go out to eat, put half of your food in a to-go container before you start eating.
Mm-hmm.
And that
Yeah.
way you'll only eat what's in that container in front of you.
I
You
mean,
won't
that's what
feel
keeps us
pressure to eat all
disciplined.
of it.
It's
Huh?
about discipline, though. It's about discipline. Because if I like it, while we still sitting there, I'm gonna open that other container and I'm gonna start nibbling off of that other stuff. If I don't
Oh
have the
no, I don't
discipline.
do that. I mean, I got you. I don't do that, but
Yeah.
I feel you. It's possible you can if you're still sitting there. Yeah, you can. But
Somebody,
yeah, we.
who was this? Somebody said something about the probiotics, and I do remember they had me on medicine. Like they definitely had me on different medicine, like probiotics and stuff like that, to put back the good bacteria and all that. But some people have to take those kind of things for their lifetime, depending on how their surgery went. I didn't
Okay.
have to stay. I didn't have to stay on that medication because once you go back every few months or whatever to get your blood work and things like that done, once they realize you don't need those things anymore, then they take you off of them. So it just, again, this whole process is case by case, person by person, body by body, depending on what your body is used to, what your body needs. Then the doctor will give you the course of action that's best for you. But yeah,
Right.
I definitely remember I had, probably like 6 or 7 medications that I had to take right after the surgery. But I don't right now. I'm back on, so I stopped taking blood pressure medicines after the surgery, but now I'm back on the blood pressure meds because it's just for me, it's more hereditary. It wasn't even totally the weight. So I'm back on
Mhm.
blood pressure meds, but those are the only medications that I take. Right now it's just to regulate the blood pressure.
Okay, cool. That's what's up. Like, and I was getting ready to touch on that too, Antonio. I was getting ready to say too when you said you was watching TV, sometimes you forget. Like they tell you, don't eat in front of the television. Don't eat while doing something else because sometimes
Hmm.
you're not focused on eating and you'll forget that you already ate. You know what I mean? Like you
You
literally
forget
will
you
forget.
keep putting a spoon to your mouth because the show's so good.
Yeah, and your mind is not in tune with I'm eating. No, I'm watching TV. You're more focused on what you're doing than the fact that you're eating. So yeah, I
Mhm.
heard that too as well. But it's
Yeah.
it's a lot that goes on. We're getting older. We're not getting any younger. So we got
Mhm.
to find something that's going to work for us and that's going to keep us in that same mental mind frame of I got to be healthy. And have you ever tried that 120 Life? Now I'm not selling that, but it's a website called 120 and had the little thing Life.
Mm-mm.
It's a drink that you drink and it makes your blood pressure go down. And it's not even
Mhm.
though it's pomegranate, hibiscus, a couple other ingredients. I bought it, but
Mhm.
because sometimes if it's too expensive, you're not gonna keep doing it.
Mhm.
So I bought it one time and used it for 2 weeks and went to the doctor and my pressure was way down. Like
Really.
literally way down. It wasn't even no joke. You know what I'm
My
saying? I was like,
daughter,
I'll try to make this
my daughter
myself.
uses stuff like that. Like my daughter, like she's really big on what she puts in her body, all that, like all that stuff in the refrigerator, all them different beet juice and all the other kind. I'm not into
Yeah,
that
beet
stuff.
juice is in there too. Yeah, beet juice is in that as well. It's
Hmm.
pomegranate, beet juice, hibiscus, and some other ingredients. I'm gonna send it to you. Or I post it on our wall so the other people can see it as well if they want to try it. But I don't sell it. I don't have no. They ain't paying me to say nothing about it or whatever. But
Hmm.
I tried it and it definitely works. One of my clients told me about it.
and it
Mm.
definitely works because I look. I got my blood pressure pills right here. I don't be taking them dang old pills, girl. I'm like, I'm not taking that mess. Because my thing is this: why do you have to take it your entire life? Like most things, if you get sick with something, they give you a pill, it cures it. Give you an
Hmm.
antibiotic, it's over. Antibiotic is done. Why would I have to take a blood pressure pill for the rest of my life? And then it's not even making my blood pressure go down either. For real.
Oh, well, if it's not, you
It's
definitely
always
need
high.
something else. Yeah, my doses. I think I take two medicines because I think one only goes up to a certain dose, and then I needed the combination of another one, and
Hmm.
that's been something that's been able to regulate my pressure. And I will tell people if you are on blood pressure meds, lisinopril blood pressure med is not good for African Americans. African Americans are allergic to lisinopril, but a lot of doctors will prescribe it, not realizing that African Americans are allergic. Because when I was taking it before, my lips swelled up like two fish bowls. My lips
Oh
were like
wow.
this big. It didn't just happen. It happened to me. It happened to one of my friends. But we were on lisinopril for years
Mm.
before it even manifested itself. One day I went to sleep. I had a little bump on my lip. I woke up from a nap and my lips were huge. Like ran to the emergency room or whatever. I was like, "What's going on?" They went to WebMD, typed that thing up. They were like, "Oh, you on lisinopril? Oh, they shouldn't have gave you that." I said, "What the hell?" I said, "So these doctors just throwing prescriptions and they don't even look up what's best for the client, what's best for the race, what's best." I was like, "They just give you a prescription just to give it to you and don't even care how it's
Mm.
going to affect you."
They work with the pharmaceutical companies,
Mm-hmm. Yep. So
basically.
I will
Hmm.
tell people just to revisit that. And if you can get off of it, they can change it, then change it. Because it didn't have immediate effects. It was years after we were on that medication
Mm.
that it actually had that impact. So, but
Yeah,
yeah,
but this has been really. Ooh, is my lash about to fall off? Girl, my lash falling
that
off.
just lasts for a month.
Girl, I'm holding on, yet holding on. The reason why I don't be pressed to go is because the lady that I go to, she be so busy. She do nails and she own the shop. So every
Mm-hmm.
time I go, God do bless me to get in there right when she just finished somebody up or right before somebody
Mm-hmm.
come. It always work out, but it's always that roll of the dice. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
If she ain't gone today or something, you know what I mean? But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
this has really been very informative. Thank you so much, Miss Bev. Shouts out to Miss Bev and Antonio for hanging on in there. Shakita, Shamika, and the people that I can't see. Shouts out to you guys for tuning in, engaging as well. If you could do us a favor, you can
And you got
like,
stars
share,
too.
comment,
Yeah.
um,
A
follow
star.
Sabrina as well. And thank you for the stars, Miss Bev. Um, yeah, thank you for the stars, and we gonna keep on keeping on. Hey, Rita, girl, Rita just popped in. Like, hey, Pooh. You will be able to watch it on the replay. You can watch it. If you have any comments, any questions, feel free to contact either one of us. Um, I'm trying to get her to come on with me with this TLC. Let it work for. Let us get this money in our sleep and get
uh,
healthy in the interim. The whole point is to try to be as healthy and as health conscious as we can. Try to help ourselves. You know what I mean? Faith without works is dead. So
Amen.
you can be faithful to God to heal your body, but we have to do some things to help heal ourselves as well. You know what I mean? So anything you want to add, Sabrina Brina?
Nope, you've been a blessing. I appreciate you. This was fun. That's what a friend of mine asked me, "How do you want to be known? Like, what do you want to be known for?" And it's like sometimes I don't think we really think about that. Like, it's not the question of, "Oh, what do you want people to say about you when you did?" And I'm like, "What do you want to be known for while you living?" You know what I'm saying? And I just want to be a solid resource for people. I want to be able to share whatever life experiences can help somebody else move themselves to the next level, Because, this life thing ain't easy. We won't get a blueprint for parenting. We won't get a blueprint for life. We won't get a blueprint for really how to, make ends meet, how to handle our, emotions, our mental state, and all these things. So my thing is that if I can be a blessing in one way, shape, or form to people, that's just what I want to be at the end of the day.
No matter what they say, honey. They
Hmm.
can say what they want to say about you, but when they get finished, they gonna be like, I said, make sure you say, but she was a good person.
Absolutely.
But some people
Absolutely.
will take certain things and flip it. If you don't act how they want you to act, if you don't agree with everything
That part.
they're
Right.
doing, if you don't sign off on their bull crap, then they don't want to be your friend no more.
Yeah.
But what
Yeah.
can you ever say I did wrong to you?
Hey. That's why
That,
I be grateful. Like when Sean said what she said about me, you know what I'm saying? I just be grateful for the little things that people have to say because that's the way like, damn, you got a good heart. Like this is what people I don't talk to Sean every day. I see Sean and Billy out here and there, whatever. I used to buy cakes from Sean. Sean daughter used to do my hair, stuff like that. I try to support people. I support you. Whatever I could do to support. Like you selling something, give me one. You doing this? Give me one, and I tell a friend. You know what I'm saying? That's
mhm,
just what I have in my heart to do. So it's like I do it and move on. I don't brag about, I don't boast about it or whatever. I just do whatever I can do to help be a vessel to move somebody to another level if that's what my purpose is in your life. You know what I'm
mhm.
saying? So
Yeah,
and like this thing ain't hard. This thing ain't hard.
most
Just be
definitely.
kind. Just be
Yeah.
kind. That's all.
Put yourself in people's shoes too. Like that
Yeah.
situation with my package the other day. Girl,
Mm,
did you
mm,
see
mm,
that
mm, mm.
situation with my package the other
I
day?
did. I did. And how the people moved it back to your door and all that other kind of junk. And yeah,
The
it was bad.
spirit said it's at the door. I said, oh, let me go out here and just see. 1:45 in the morning, my package was slid back to my door. See, we had these new neighbors,
Convicted.
for
Somebody was
people that
convicted.
don't know the story, huh?
Somebody was convicted. Like, let me give her her stuff.
Yeah, yeah. People, this the thing. We had new neighbors that moved in our building. Everybody in here knew each other, and that's the only thing I don't like about apartment building is that you have so many people moving in and moving out. My neighbor upstairs is moving out now. The
Mm-hmm.
ones above us, uh, before him, was there forever, and I was like, we need to move or they need to move because they just terrible. So
Mm-hmm.
anywho, they finally moved out, and this guy moved in, and he's a cool dude. Him and Bono got close, blah blah blah. But then he moved. His wife left him, and she moved out. Then he moved out, so his father moved in. So his father
Dang.
just a bunch of noise back and forth, dragging this, dragging that, terrible. And they moved out. But anywho, these people moved across the hall, and they come in here stealing. I'm like, what? I get the you get the notifications telling you that your package was delivered.
Mm-hmm.
So they said my package was delivered on the 27th. I'm like, I ain't got no package. I kept looking at the door. Wait a minute, I got no package.
Mm-hmm.
And I call them. I'm livid. They said, did you check the picture? Because they take a picture of the product. She
Mm-hmm.
took a picture of the address outside. Then they took a picture of the apartment they left it in front of. I said,
Mm-hmm.
that's the problem right there. Y'all left it in front of the wrong apartment. So they put it in front of their apartment. But the thing is, in the picture, you can see my name, my address, and my
Mm-hmm.
apartment number on the box.
Oh
So
wow.
why would you take it in your house? So
Wow.
anywho, I'm sitting out there frustrated. I'm praying to God because when I tell y'all don't. That's why I don't. People don't know me that think I don't love God and know God for myself. I'm talking to God all the way out to the car, and I'm sitting in the car and I'm letting the car warm up. And
Mm-hmm.
this girl comes out the building. Clearly, I don't even know where she came from, but I know she came out that building.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, "Did you come from such and such apartment?" All that's on video. Y'all can see me talking to the camera,
Right.
and she walk out. You see all of that in the camera.
Mm-hmm.
And I cut the camera off and I show her the boxes. She like all stunned, like, "Oh, those boxes." Oh, so that told me you got them in your house when you said it
Wow.
like that. So she leaves. She said her baby is in NICU. She got to leave. She got two uh, baby car seats in her hand. So I gave her that grace. I said, okay, go ahead on your business. I said, I prayed. She said, my baby's in NICU. I got to get to my baby. As in, she can't go in the house. But she wanted to check with her fiance first because she mentioned her fiance. Well, I got to check with my fiance. So your
Mm-hmm.
fiance got to tell you if you can give me back my boxes. That's what your fiance got to do. So
Wow.
when she left, when she was leaving, I told her that she was on the driver's side of my car.
Hmm.
So when she walked around to the passenger side, putting the car seats in, and I rolled the window down and I said, I pray that your baby has a speedy recovery.
Hmm.
And she said, thank you. And then she said, and your dress is hanging out your car door. So you see my dress hanging out when you was on the driver's side and they ain't say nothing. But because I said, wish your baby well, now you gonna tell me about my dress
That she
hanging
gonna
out the door.
respond with something good.
Want something nice. Now you wanna be
Right.
nice. So
That's
then
funny.
I'm like all day long, I'm like, she better get my stuff. She better get it. And I come back home and I'm like, they still ain't gave it back. I'm looking out the window. Every time somebody walk in the building, I'm like, Bodo, go out there and see what that is. So
Lord.
God said, go lay down. I went to bed, woke up, got up to pee. We gotta get up in the middle of the night to pee.
Oh my God.
I got a toilet that's sitting by the bed. You can put it by
I
your
saw
bed.
you
I
bought
bought.
that. I saw
You
you.
said
You posted a picture of that. I said, what in the good?
I ain't doing shit. I ain't put it together yet. I said I ain't gonna do that. You gonna be that lazy yet, Gigi. Just wait. Just hold on.
I
Hold
said,
on.
it was
Don't do
that
it yet.
bad? I
Don't do
said, goodness gracious.
it yet. Don't do it yet. I don't feel like dipping to the bathroom. So yeah.
Mm-mm.
So yeah. And so that's what I did. I went on and bought that thing, but I ain't gonna put it together. But by the grace of God, I went on to use the bathroom, and the spirit told me it's out there. I went out there, it was out there. I went out there with no clothes on and dragged my boxes right on in my house. And they still sitting there. Bolo ain't even put the stuff together yet. I said, but it's okay. But
That's
yeah,
what's up.
so
Yeah.
in a nutshell, listen, we going I don't know, we want to do talk about it Tuesdays, go live.
I know,
I'm a
right? That's
Gemini.
cute. Talk
I'm a
about the
Gemini.
Tuesdays.
Jack of all trades, master of none. I do everything.
Oh
I
God.
do. I want to do everything. I want to do everything. But if you want to do it, we can do it on Tuesdays. Talk about it Tuesday. Whatever you want to talk about, we go live and talk about it. And
Okay.
we just gonna keep putting it out there. And those who was meant for will gravitate to it.
Mm-hmm. That's what's up.
All you see is my nose raised. If I back up, you gonna see my titties because I don't got on no clothes. If I
Oh,
move the camera back, you gonna start seeing some boobage. It falls out the bra. You see that? I ain't trying to give y'all all that.
that's funny.
I ain't trying to give y'all all that little wrong line. Wrong line. But this is the Bed Chronicles. I can give y'all this.
Absolutely.
You want that? I can give y'all this. You want that, LaRon? This is called the Bed Chronicles.
See, I got my
Broadcasting
onesie
live from
on.
the bed. And then I had to lift the bed up some because if I was laying flat on my back, my boobies would definitely be in the picture. So I lift
See?
the bed up a little bit
I would
so
love
I
those
wouldn't be flat.
problems. I would love those problems. I don't have those problems. My
That's
onesie.
right.
Yeah.
She
I
said she
want
gonna get her
I
some
want them
titties.
Jones up to my chin. I want them up to my chin. Chinny
And
chin
that's
chin.
exactly where and look, that's what exactly where mine and
They be like, got
girl.
big butt and big boobs, girl. You killing it. Be like, yeah.
Too much, too much. You hear me? Too much.
Killing the game.
But yeah,
Who
all
that
right, y'all.
was?
So it's that time.
Hey, hey. Hey,
10 to
Leron.
11. 10 to
Mm-hmm.
11. We gonna do it. What we gonna do, Brandon? We can talk about it off camera. What we gonna do? How we gonna do it? Because we
Absolutely.
all about helping the people. You selling. Tell them
Okay.
what you do. Tell them what you do. I gave him a little brief.
Okay. Yeah. I do life insurance. I got travel business. And I do a little bit of everything. I do annuities. I'm about to go ahead and knock out this real estate. I'm about to get my license to do health insurance, all that kind of stuff. So, always gotta have a dollar flowing in one way, shape, or
Period.
form. Shoot.
Period. Pooh.
We don't
Period.
know.
Pooh.
We don't know what this world about to do. We don't know how the economy about to turn. So you always gotta keep yourself in a position to be able to have income, disposable income.
God got you.
Like,
God got us.
can't be
God
out here
got us,
butt
baby. He
naked.
got us.
Yeah, you can't be out
He
here butt
got
naked.
us.
So yeah. Oh, you working on your book? I'm about to write my book. So you
Yes.
definitely encouraged me to start putting my pen to paper. So I'm excited about that. So yeah, I'm super
Yeah, my
excited.
book will be coming
Definitely
out,
more to
y'all.
come.
I'm sorry, baby. Go ahead.
No, I said definitely more to come. Definitely more to come.
Most definitely. Because y'all know I do hair, I do comedy, and I sell tea, NutriBurst, whatever you need, just go on my wall. The link is on my wall. Click it and go. I might send my put my link tree back together. But all right, y'all been a blessing. I've been Gee Gee Wong. She been Sabrina Brainer. Y'all be blessed.
All right, have a
Deuces.
good one.
Peace.